All right, they say patience is a virtue, so if we've had it with the lousy weather, just be patient, right, Dean?
With the meteorologists, with each other. I've had a couple of instances here where I've been sharp with some people here because I think it's just all getting to us. It's been since Saturday, and it's just continuing. In fact, just looking at 10 winds Doppler radar, the intensity of the rain, it's not terribly heavy, but I think it's increased in the areas that are raining or drizzling right now, and that's where we're going to be the rest of the morning into the afternoon. And I think the amount of rain tapers off, but it's still going to be cloudy and dreary. Temperatures at their highest point today, 62. Real feels where they are right now in the low 50s. And we're going to see some improvement here slowly from north to south for a little bit here into tomorrow and Thursday. We have to watch another bit of rain possibilities here there Friday into Friday night, early Saturday morning. But then it looks like a good stretch of weather is building in for the end of the weekend into next week. We'll talk about that in the 4-day forecast ahead right here on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
What a horrific discovery in Brooklyn. A woman, her daughter, and their dog all found dead in their Flatbush apartment.
Downstairs neighbor Steve Shore told CBS 2 there was a sign of trouble on Friday.
We heard screaming, we heard the dog whimpering. Police came and, we told them what we heard.
He called police to the apartment on New York Avenue near Avenue D, but they knocked and there was no answer. They only came back after a concerned family friend forced their way into the apartment Monday around 2:30 in the afternoon, making the gruesome discovery. The 37-year-old mother stabbed her 14-year-old daughter with trauma and the dog with a bag over its head, all dead.
Terribly distraught for the family, and I really hope that they catch whoever did this.
Police still investigating, including the possibility this was a murder-suicide. Samantha Liebman, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM in East Flatbush.
Back in court today, the debate over the amount of time migrants should be sheltered by New York City. The Adams administration will ask a judge to exempt newly arrived asylum seekers from the right to shelter mandate. This is the mayor in July limited the stay for single adults to 60 days and then last Friday reduced that to 30. There's also word he's considering similar rules for children with families. Governor Hochul's adding another 150 National Guard members to assist migrants, bringing the total to 2,200. She says 250 will focus solely on helping those now eligible to get work permits.
Now that we have the opportunity granted by President Biden to help the Venezuelans who came before July 31st be able to apply for temporary protective status, and what follows that, literally with the same application, is the work authorization.
Mayor Adams has called on the feds to add people from other countries to that list. The parents of a 5-year-old at Forest Lake Elementary in Wantagh breathing a sigh of relief, but also very angry after learning their son asked to go to the bathroom and then proceeded to leave the building without anyone noticing. His mom, Katie Matthews, tells NBC4 he walked all the way home.
I just feel like it's our responsibility to make sure all of the children in Wantagh are safe. If my son can do this, who else can do this? And one time is too many. Like they need to learn from this and take immediate action. This is a call to action.
The child's teacher eventually realized he hadn't returned, and that's when a search began inside the building. Turns out a neighbor saw the boy on the street, escorted him home, and then called 911 when he realized there was no one there to let him in. Dad William Matthews says the school needs to level up its security system.
Something that's hardwired to the actual front office of the school to say, like, this door is open now and it should not be. Let's go check it out.
In a statement, the Wantagh School District said they continually review safety protocols and since this incident have put additional measures in place. A third person's been arrested now in the daycare drug poisoning that killed a 1-year-old in the Bronx and sent several other children to the hospital. Cops say Rennie Paredes was doing business with the 2 people already in custody. He is charged with conspiracy to distribute narcotics. Cops still looking for a 4th person.
Authorities say they showed the husband of the woman who owned that daycare carrying 2 full shopping bags away from the scene. Prosecutors describing him leaving as the children were in desperate need of aid.
All of that happened while the children, the babies, were suffering from the effects of fentanyl poisoning and in desperate need of help.
Authorities say 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici died after being exposed to fentanyl. 3 other children had to be revived with Narcan back on September 15th.
That's correspondent Janae Norman. Will have photos of the wanted man at 1010winds.com. A new recommendation from the City Health Department that all New Yorkers carry naloxone. That's the medication that can reverse an opioid overdose. City Health Commissioner Dr. Ashvin Vasan says you can get it for free.
It's available through the health department. You can call 311. You can go to our website, nyc.gov/health. look up overdoses, and you can find a list of pharmacies where we distribute naloxone all across our city.
His recommendation comes after more than 3,000 people died from overdoses last year. That's 12% more than 2021 and is a record number. He's also reminding people to safely store your meds. That's because 60% of overdoses happen at home. We've got light rain and drizzle across the area. The real feel is only 53. We're heading up to 62 this afternoon. When's news time? 8:08. So if you're among those who want New Jersey's indicted senator to step down, looks like that's not going to happen.
Senator Bob Menendez defending his reputation and record, calling out a rush to judgment on a limited set of facts. He says they're framed by prosecutors in the most salacious way.
I firmly believe that when all the facts are presented, not only will I be exonerated, but I still will be New Jersey's senior senator.
He says he keeps thousands in cash on hand for emergencies and security. Says it comes from his earnings. He did not address the gold bars, instead focused on service to his constituents.
Some of the people calling for my resignation for political reasons say I have lost the trust of the people of New Jersey. That couldn't be more wrong.
Juliet Papa, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Cops searching for the creep who sexually assaulted a woman on the N train platform at Union Square. That was around 3:30 Sunday morning, where police say the man groped the 24-year-old and then slammed her head to the ground. A bystander intervened. The guy took off with the woman's cell phone. Police are out with surveillance images, and those will be going up at 1010wins.com. At City Hall Monday, Mayor Adams honoring the first responders who saved a fellow New Yorker, but it wasn't from something that happened on the street. This was at Rockaway Beach, where the woman had been attacked by a shark.
With a pair of sweatpants, rope from a buoy, and a t-shirt, a group of lifeguards was able to help slow the bleeding in time before more first responders arrived.
I heard the screaming, and then I got into action. I went in, grabbed her, trying to pull her out as fast as possible.
That's lifeguard Romeo Ortiz, who first pulled 65-year-old Tatiana Koltanyuk from the water after being bitten in the leg by a shark. The lifeguards, EMTs, NYPD officers, and members of the FDNY who were there were all honored by Mayor Adams Monday night. And Deputy Mayor Meera Joshi read a statement from Koltanyuk.
I consider myself lucky to have the opportunity to be here and to continue to marvel in life's miracles.
Christy Kalishian, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at City Hall.
Looks like romancing a pop star is good for the NFL, at least when it comes to selling merch.
I mean, I think the secret's out. Who's she here to see?
Fanatic says sales of Travis Kelce's number 87 have spiked 400% since Taylor Swift showed up to watch Sunday's Chiefs-Bears game at Arrowhead Stadium alongside the tight end's mom. It puts his jersey in the top 5 best NFL sellers as Swifties clamor for new swag. Interest has also peaked in the $110 New Balance 550 white and red sneakers Taylor wore, as well as Kelce's paint-splashed white denim jacket and pants, now dubbed the 1989 suit after Swift's album.
Deborah Rodriguez reporting. Now this message, Riverside Memorial Chapel for generations, a symbol of Jewish tradition and uncompromising quality. Why 8 people on a JetBlue plane to Florida ended up in the hospital. Stick around for that. First, 8:11, traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones. What you got, Karen Stewart?
Oh, I've got big numbers over the Hudson River crossings. It ain't pleasant, that's for sure. The inbound George is 65 minutes, an hour 5, maybe an hour 10. We had an earlier accident at the inbound GW Bridge. It's gone now, but the damage has been done, obviously. And we're really backed up from Route 4 and the Palisades Parkway to the bridge. The inbound Lincoln is 50 to 55. Route 3 is considerably backed up. And the inbound Holland has got a 1-hour wait. In New Jersey, the northbound New Jersey Turnpike cars north of Interchange 9 has an accident. And the slow lane, the right lane, is blocked with that. Now in Springfield, New Jersey, westbound 78 at exit 45 for Glenside Avenue, we got an accident there, and the right lane's closed. Long Islanders, the northbound Wantagh Parkway, north of Hempstead Turnpike has delays. We've got an accident there. Delays go back to the Southern State. NJT rail service in and out of Penn Station, subject to 30-minute delays due to a disabled train inside Penn Station. Midtown direct service is being diverted to Hoboken. New Jersey Transit rail tickets are being cross-honored by PATH trains, New Jersey Transit buses, and private carriers. Alternate side of the street is in effect today citywide, and we're sponsored by Cars for Kids. Our next report's 8:21. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my commute to work as I listen to 1010 Wins in the New York metropolitan area. We'll see you on the next Driving and the News.